Hey there, Ann. How's it going? I'm Courtney, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that can help more pet owners actually find your business when they're looking online. And the reason why I'm doing this is because there are lots of business owners who are just so busy running their business that they just don't have the time to figure out all the things that go with the internet, right? And honestly, lots of business owners just don't know who's an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. So here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm just going to run you through 3 things that you can actually use, which are content, citations, and backlinks. No word jargon, no pressure, and if you like what you see and want to chat after, cool, just shoot me a message back, sorry. All right, so let's go right on in. So first thing I like to go over is your website content. And with your content, you want to make sure you have enough words on it. And I know that sounds simple, but let me explain. So when people search for what you do, Google has to figure out which business to show them. And one way it does that is by reading what's on your homepage. If there's only a couple of sentences, Google's basically like, I'm not really sure what this business is about and what it does. Right now, your site is looking at about 686 words at the moment. And I went ahead and did the same thing for your top competitor in the area. And these guys are looking at about 708. They have they are very beatable, by the way. They just put a little slightly more effort into their content. And so with this content, you want to have what are known as keywords. If you're not familiar, they are words or phrases people search up each day, each month to help resolve issues or concerns that they're going through. And you can miss out on a lot of pet owners by not having those words properly placed on your website, and by not appropriately, like the amount of how much you have on there, right? So just to give you an idea, everything that you see highlighted, this is what Google scans when they go through your site. So images, icons, logos, all those things are what you want to make sure have keywords, the appropriate keywords in them before for Google to take a read at. And let's just go ahead and just take a look at something. So same image as, all right. And as you can see, this right here does not have the appropriate keywords. So you just want, whoever did your website, you just want to go ahead and see if they can go about adding the proper keywords to all of the logos, icons, images. Okay. And just to let you know, like a sweet spot for how many words to have on a homepage is 1,500. Studies have shown that that's actually the sweet spot that Google prefers when it comes to getting to know a business in their website. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to head on over here to SEMrush. This is a tool that essentially gives me a peek behind the curtain. It shows me what Google thinks a website is about based on what people are actually typing into Google every month. So I came over here for a couple of reasons, one of them being just to look at your keywords. And as you can see, you guys are currently at 127 at the moment. We're just going to take a look at what just the top ones are. Okay, and from a glance, so these aren't the most optimized for people and pet owners trying to find you guys. And the reason why is that branding wise, it's nice to have your business name as a keyword, but it's not something you want to rely on, and it's not something you want to only have. And the reason why is because you want to be able to attract new people, and not everybody knows your business name, right? So you don't want to have just your business name because the new pet owners won't be able to find you. And just to give you an idea of what I mean, we're just going to take a look at your top competitor. These guys are ranking for a little under 2K keywords at the moment. All right. Okay, and I know these guys are also have their business name, but let's just go take a look at, just want to give an example of a keyword. Perfect. Okay, Charlotte's. All right, so these are all pretty good, and I know like one of the things they have is that their business name is a keyword, so that puts them at an advantage for this. This right here, this is a perfect example of this is a good example of a keyword. So to tell if it's a good keyword, you want to make sure you have something that you do, which is veterinary clinic veterinarian. There are many different variations, and you want the location, right? So that's a that's a good example of a keyword. This one right here is a perfect one. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use a keyword as an example, and we're just going to place it into Google. So Animal Hospital, Charlottesville, VA, and then we're just going to go through this page, and this is going to get into the second thing I like to go over, and that is getting listed in more places. And this right here is called the Map Pack. And getting into that top 3 is actually pretty huge, because this is where people click. The higher you are, the more clicks you get. And in order to get up there, you want to have what are known as citations. That is basically your business's name, address, and phone number listed across hundreds of directories. So places like BBB, Yelp, CityStar, Facebook, and so on. And the goal is you want to have more than your competitor, because the more places your information shows up correctly, the more Google trusts that you're a real legit business and will bump you up. And the thing is, you don't just want to get the same amount that your competitor is getting, because then they'd be able to pass you quickly, right? So you want to get everything that they have, and then double or triple that, add 50 to 100 more. So that way it takes them a long time to catch up. And how to actually go about doing that is there are tools out there that allow us to see what directories your competition is listed on. And that is how we go about getting those citations and adding, more to that, okay? And going into the last thing I like to go over, and that is getting other sites to link back to you guys, or in other words, backlinks. And the thing with backlinks is pretty similar to citations. You want to be in the top results, the top 3. The higher you are, the more clicks you get, right? And in order to get up there, you need to show Google that you guys are the authority. And in order to become that authority and to show them you have authority, you have to have backlinks, which is when one website links to another website online. So, for example, if a local news site or a community blog mentions your business and links to your website, that's them basically saying, hey, these guys are these guys know what they're talking about. They're pros. This is what Google looks at, and then they'll see that and give you guys a boost. Now, not all links are created equal. Since you guys are a veterinary hospital, it makes you want to be able to get backlinks that are geared towards animal care, like a blog about taking care of your dog. That's a good example of something. And you don't want to be getting your backlink from, say, like a Pizza Hut, right? And the reason why is it's just like it doesn't make sense for your business. So you want to make sure you get the links that make sense, because that's what's actually going to work for you guys. You do not want to confuse Google. All right. So going back over here to SEMrush, this is a tool that also lets us take a look at backlinks. And you guys are sitting at 72 backlinks at the moment. And heading on over here to Charlottesville. Let's see. Let's go to dashboard. Oops. Go back. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh no, that was it right there. It's moving kind of slow today. There we are. All right, so you guys are sitting at, these guys, your top competitor, are sitting at 241 backlinks, all right? So this is where majority, like pretty much 99% of their power is coming from, and why they're so high up is due to, one of the reasons is due to their backlinks, okay? And how to actually go about getting backlinks is pretty similar. It's a similar concept. So with tools like SEMrush, we can actually go and see exactly which, backlinks are pointing to your competitors, and then we go get those exact same ones for you guys, okay? Because we want it to be quality over quantity, okay? So that's all for today's video. So the 3 things we went over are content, citations, and backlinks. You guys do these 3 things, and you're going to be way ahead of your competition. Now, you can totally take this information and run with it yourself. I'm cool with that. But if you want to skip the learning curve and just have someone handle it who's done it a bunch of times, just give me a call or shoot me a text at 218-517-5513, Either way, I hope this helped. Have a great day.